Hi, it's Anne from Ann Walsh Quilting. Working on a custom quilting project with the plus signs pieced into it. I've already posted once about this quilt, so there's going to be a few videos and pictures of this along the way. And so here I'm just kind of drawing out half of a plus sign on the edge of the quilt because I'm trying to carry the piecing design out into the negative space. So I've just marked off what would be the actual measurements if it was a pieced in block like the rest of them. And now I'm going to do some ruler work to mark the basic outline of the half plus sign, and then I'm going to be echoing it. So I just wanted to do that in real time so that you could see what I was doing. I know you can maybe not quite see the blue marks very well. I don't draw actual lines, I just kind of tick marks, and then I use my ruler to make sure that I get from point A to point B correctly. And I use the lines on my ruler as well to keep me lined up, especially when I'm doing things that are specifically square like this. So I'm going to speed this up a bit now so that you don't have to watch everything in as slow motion as I'm doing it, to make sure that I'm getting everything laid out nice and straight. You can see that I'm kind of playing around with my clamps there. What happens is, because I have the ruler table on my machine to give me a stable platform to do ruler work, it comes up to the edge of the quilt and hits the clamp. And before I started this video, I forgot to put my little adapted strips on the side so that the clamps will be farther out. And I was kind of on a roll, and as often happens, I get going and I don't want to stop and change things, but I really should have, because I was having a little bit of trouble as I was moving from right to left with the ruler work. You could see that it was kind of giving me a little bit of drag there. So here I'm just doing the outside echoes to be consistent with what I've done on the other ghosted plus sign block that is in the more towards the center of the quilt, and with what I'm going to be doing on the colored pieced in plus sign blocks as well. But inside, some of the free motion will be consistent and some of it will vary, because when I am doing this kind of stitching by hand, I'm just playing along and doing whatever I feel like doing. Every once in a while I pause, take a look, which is what happened there that you didn't really notice because it was in fast forward, but kind of think, okay, maybe I need to put some straight lines in here, and I stop to look down the quilt at the other plus sign and what direction the narrow stitching lines were going, and decided to make these go in an alternate direction. So that's kind of how I work. I just do a part that I know I want to do, look at it for a little bit, fill something else in. That is what I call fun. Some people may not enjoy that so much, and that's totally okay. We're all different. We all have our own style. Some of this I want to plan out because there are a lot of very specific shapes and straight lines in this quilt, and I want to kind of keep with that. But then there's parts of this white area that I'm going to fill in with some just wild and crazy quilting. So I will be doing some of these very specific plus sign shapes in the white, but I will be filling inside of them and outside of them with a lot of other really fun quilting designs as I go along. And then when the whole quilt is finished, there will be a ton of texture. That is my goal. I'm using a Tuscany wool bat here, and even as I am quilting, I'm totally enjoying watching the texture emerge from this quilt. So there's the half plus sign and a close-up of those lines again, and I'll be back as soon as I can with the next progress video. Thanks for watching.